Yeah, this the bunker. This the bunker. Welcome to the bunker. This the bunker. Yeah, this the bunker.
Oh, perk. Oh. Good people, what's up? Let's go. Listen, it's your boy. Happy Friday. Oh man, flat out excited. IG, what up? Check one, check two. Listen, we in the breakthrough bunker. It's a fabulous Friday. We here where we don't run from storms. We dance in them. You know what I'm saying? I'm your host with the most Murph, aka Mr. Motivation, and I mean, listen, you could be anywhere in the world right now. Facebook, YouTube, IG. But you here with me, and I appreciate y'all. Listen, every guest on this stage has turned pain into purpose and broken dreams into blueprints for success. And today's guest, well, before I talk about him, I want to shout out the guests that have been on all week. It's Veterans Day week. Shouts out to all my military personnel who served, who gave it all. And I want to shout out Q Saunders. That was my Marine. He set it off this week, Monday. Delonica Boyce Greyer, Army Pride whore, right? Amy Morris, my Marine. Dope, do that, nurse. Got the farm. Oh, she's just a beast. Charcuterie. Man. Corey Stokes, Air Force, 23 years, Air Force, beast. That was my dude from high school, right? And today, to close this all out, the Mariana Rivera, this is my G, man. Listen, I don't know. We supposed to be scheduled for an hour. But, you know, it might go over. I ain't got nowhere else to be. He here with me. So Deon Nally-Stoddard is my guest tonight. He's our guest because y'all here with me. But listen, short teaser. From the shambles of war-torn Iraq to the classrooms of tomorrow, Deon Nally-Stoddard has made it his life's mission to transform chaos into clarity, fear into focus, and pressure into purpose. This isn't just a story about leadership. It's about strength of character, redemption, and human capacity to rise even when the world around you is burning. Before we bring them out, though, we got to pay the bills. No, 3, 2, 1 with Murph, where I share 3 thoughts, 2 quotes, and 1 prompt or question for you, the listener or viewer. But before we do that, I got to shout out some folks. Tonight, we got a spotlight. Oh, you know, I be forgetting. Hold on. We got to get the chat popping. We got to connect the chat. Shouts out to my team. Miss Sharon, what up? Ella, what up? Tim, the crew, what up? Double salute. Today, we're going to highlight my G. All right. So today's spotlight shines on Matthew G., motivational speaker, mindset shifter, and voice of purpose. Driven, living. That boy's a beast. He's all about pushing past fears and walking in faith. Tap in and follow my man Matthew G. For your daily dose of drive and inspiration. You tap in. He's good morning. All right, that's my guy. Hey, if you he's in the Rhode Island area. If you're in the northeast, tap in, man. Bring him out. Dope speaker. He's gonna wow the audience, man. I back him. All right. Shouts out to my man Matthew. I see you, my G. Oh yeah, I like that, man. It's all about promoting each other, man. You know, spread love. That's the Brooklyn way, huh? You already know what it is. Our premier partner spotlight, you know what it is. 8 Ball Inc. Massive respect to our premier partner, 8 Ball Inc. Born in NYC, with a city that never sleeps, meet unstoppable energy. Their legendary energy shots help you bump up your game, perform beyond expectations, and live bold. Visit and use your code Mr. M Ship Free for that free shipping on your order. That's right. Tap in, man. 8 Ball Energy. We here. We are here. Shouts out to them, man. Do remember they got an event Saturday. I'm not gonna make it. It pains me, but I got that mental health first aid training. I'm facilitating that. Shouts out to my co-facilitator, Miss Tina, who needs to get on the show. Quit playing, girl. All right, let's get into it. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Thought number 1: resilience isn't born in comfort; it's forged in crisis. True resilience begins when control is lost, when leaders must choose calm over chaos and composure over collapse. Number 2, ethical leadership begins with emotional regulation. Emotional control isn't weakness, it's leadership in motion. Leadership in motion. There's a book. I've started it. I ain't finished it. Emotional Intelligence. I think it's 2.0. I've been tapping into that. I like that a lot. And number 3, courage is not the absence of fear. It's making clear decisions despite it. Woo! And I'm sure this guest we coming on here today is going to talk a lot about that. 2 quotes. And I got this too. I was reading research the team did on Deon, and this is one of the quotes he had mentioned. I may have retweaked it, but the person who says that I can and the person who says that I can't, guess what, y'all? They're both right. My kids will tell you, I've been telling them for years. They're both right. Which one is, who are you? Everything's about choices. Choose wisely. And remember, the words that you use, change your words, you change your world. All right? Number 2, you can't lead others through storms you've never faced yourself. You can't lead others through storms you've never faced yourself. And I got one action prompt for you listeners and viewers tonight. One action prompt, and that is, when life places you in a high-pressure moment, how do you honor the leader within before making your next move? When life places you in a high-pressure moment, how do you honor the leader within before making your next move? Woo! I like that. 3, 2, 1, man. I get fired up from 3, 2, 1s. I hope you do too. And now, for our guests coming to the stage, there are leaders who command and there are leaders who transform. Deon Nally-Stoddard is one of those rare voices forged in the fire of experience, a retired U.S. Army senior non-commissioned officer who has led troops through war, mentored hundreds through resilience, and now trains thousands in decision-making under pressure. As a CEO of Nalley-Stoddard 6, Visions LLC, and a school board trustee for the Penn Hills Charter School of Entrepreneurship, Deon brings together the worlds of military precision and human compassion. His mission is clear: to help us think clearer, decide wiser, lead better, not just in war-torn terrains, but in boardrooms, classrooms, and everyday life. Coming to the stage, y'all, my G, Deon. What up, boy?
Shoot, it's always good to be around family. You know how it is.
We here. Listen, before we even go far, which this is going to start us off, but tell the people how you know Murph.
Hold on, what version?
Oh, because he be reinventing himself. That boy said, "What version?" I like that. See, he know me.
All right, we gonna start. Woo, what's that? 97, 98? When you got down to Fort Leonard Wood? What year was that?
98.
Woo, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri.
So yeah.
1998, Alpha Company, 577, Engineer Battalion. Woo, the motor pool. I mean, we was in the same platoon. Like we worked on some of the same equipment. You know, we live in the same barracks. Like we just connected. Like we was just like we was those folks.
Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna tell you. I'm thinking back. He just sent me a picture, y'all. Old throwback. I'm gonna have to put it up after the show. Wow. So I used to call them this Skittles, by the way. It's Skittles. We that's off the record. But
we doing nicknames. I mean,
we not.
I didn't know you could use those. That's what I'm asking. That's why I asked what version. I mean,
those are Deon Nally-Stoddard.
Oh, thank you. All right.
This boy a fool. Listen, this dude right here. When I talk about, and my memory fuzzy, y'all. Murph getting up there, but talking about usher me into the ranks, man. This is my guy. He just gave me the game, and he's from my DC folk, and I'm the Brooklyn dude. We just locked in, and playing ball, talking shop. But he was mad. Like I don't think you drank. You ain't did nothing. You ain't no vices. I was like, this dude different. This dude different. But he was straight. Like he knew the regs. He knew what to do, how to sidestep, how to play the game. I didn't play the game right in the beginning. I was like, these jokers ain't finna tell me to do nothing. Yo, no. Good times, man. And to see you, just to give you some flowers, from us being in the military, me not knowing what I was doing on them D7Gs, and then us just maneuvering through, figuring it out, getting through, and you stayed and I got out, but we always stayed connected, and it's been beautiful to watch you just grow, man, and do great things. So double salute, man. I'm proud of you, brother, for sure.
Oh man, I'm proud of you too, though. I mean, even though that you left the ranks, you still kept the same mindset. You just transformed into a different arena, and to see your elevation, to see the different changes, to see the family grow, to see the business grow, to see the man in you grow.
Yeah,
I salute you back, because that's big. Just to watch that grow, because I met the old version of you. So to see
the old version of me,
the transformation version of you. I salute back to you. So,
and me going in on staff star Clay Turner, telling him, "Well, you need a clean shit." But listen, let's get started. So, why did you join the military, man?
Oh man, a funny story. Like, I never planned on joining the military. This was never the dream. My folks, my mom and dad said you should join the military, and I'm like, for what? I'm like 19. I got 2 jobs. I graduated high school. And he's like, you need retirement. I'm like, that's for old folks. Like, you need benefits. That's for old folks. Here I am now, retired with benefits.
Right.
But I wasn't never planning on coming in. I was just going to work my way through life. That was it. That's all I was planning. But I'm glad I did, because I don't know where I would be at if I didn't join the military. I'm not saying the military is for everybody, but it's for me. I don't know where I would have been at, because most people I grew up with, 90% of them are not in the good places.
So I got a lot of my, I'm teaching at community college again. Shouts out to QCC. Some of my scholars, students, just got out of high school, coming in college, or been in, got out, went back to college, and kind of unsure what's next. What advice would you give someone? One, actually, 2-part question. In college, trying to figure it out, and would you advise the military if they wanted to go that route?
Yeah, I never discourage anybody from doing the military. All I do is tell people, try just different things. Don't just focus on, and first follow your heart. A lot of times people follow things that somebody else told them to do, which is cool, but you got to follow your own steps to see what you really want to do, because you don't know until you try things. You might be trying to go for this, and then it's not comfortable, but then you might go to this, you might love it. I just tell people to try different things and see what they like, and go from there. Try everything. Because you're not going to know until you try it, But the military is a good opportunity for those that want to do it. It don't matter if you just do 3 years or if you do 30. Right, it's just anything between college and the military is all about what you do with it. That's it.
You know what? And I received that, because I remember my first, say, 3 years, I was out of there. I mean, there was nothing like productive other than, playing ball. And then the back half, though, I was intentional. You know what I'm saying? So when you go in the military, I say, have a plan. And they would say, if you don't have fail to plan to fail. So I like that a lot. Now, why'd you choose Army, though?
To be honest, that was the first person I called. I didn't call nobody else. So when the recruiter came to my house, I sat down, I talked to him, did a little practice test. Hey, this is a big deal right now, because the fact when the recruiter came to my house, my mother let him into the living room. And, you know, in the living room when you got the plastic, they don't want to let folks in there. So the fact we made it to the living room, I felt like I was, you know, of a status of a moment. Right. But yeah, after we took the practice test, and I looked at the recruiter, and my mom and dad looked at me, and I looked at them, and they said, "You're a grown man," and they walked out. 33 days later, I was gone.
Jeez. Now you led soldiers some intense spots, Iraq leadership. What did the Army teach you about yourself?
It teaches me when you think you have exhausted everything, you have more inside of you. Because when you hear mortars coming, typically most people would just freeze or not know how to perform. But when you're telling your soldiers to get up and move to the bunkers, to take cover, wait till the all clears, and you can just execute under pressure, it shows a lot more inside of you than you really know it is.
Wow. Now, you talk a lot about leading under pressure. What's a moment from your time in uniform that tested your leadership the most?
It's gonna probably sound weird, and it's not gonna be Iraq. It's gonna be when I actually was in the recruiting station. And anybody that knows recruiting is not the most easiest task. It's one mission that never stops. You know, it's one of those missions that never stops. No matter what you do this month, next month is a different one. But there was some times when things were a little rocky, and I ain't want to tell my NCOs that I was going through some tough times. You know, they wasn't happy with me. They wanted somebody else to do the position. And I wasn't going to tell my NCOs because I was going to carry that burden. But then one day I just had that moment of being vulnerable. Say, look, this is what I'm going through. This is what they saying they want to do to me if y'all don't, increase production. And they was like, why you ain't been telling us that? I said, because I'm supposed to control stuff from coming downhill. I'm not supposed to let it just hit you. That's my job, to bury it, make sure y'all protect it. That's what I'm supposed to do. But it's like, we're a family. And at that moment, everything changed from that point. And we still tight to this day. And all of them that was under my leadership, every last one of them made 8.
Well, you say one thing I learned about leadership: leaders make leaders. That's what it's about. Leaders produce leaders.
I don't think people understand that, though. Give them that bar back, because there's a lot of people want to tell people what to do, but they don't want to make new leaders.
Yeah, leaders. I'm gonna put this in the chat. Make new leaders. I mean, it's like the ultimate, like, selfless service. Like, it's not about you. You stand in front of that platoon, that battalion. It's like, who are the jokers? How your squad leads gonna become platoon sergeants and then become, master, and then master their craft. That's what I used to love. It's like, even when I'm reading, I read to teach. I'm gonna take my time. I'm not gonna finish a book quick because I'm reading to consume this, to feed. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I've always approached leadership. Now, when did you know it was time to transition?
My supervisor asked me that same question. I said it wasn't fun no more. It wasn't fun. I was feeling more disgruntled. I was finding everything to nitpick. Everything was getting, and I didn't want to be that senior non-commissioned officer where I'm projecting on my other soldiers, my other NCOs. So when I'm feeling like that, it's time for me to exit.
Right. I get that. And now so how many years you did total?
25 years, 9 months, and 23 days. But I'm not counting. I'm just saying.
That boy did a bid. That's what I'm talking about. Sheesh. Oh, man. So wait, Deon, talk to us about how'd you grow up? Matter of fact, who was Deon as a child? How were you?
Oh, goodness. Deon as a child. Where do I start? I had 1 week. I was given away from my biological mother to my stepmother. Never met my biological father. These 2 lovely folks raised me to be outstanding, but they had their flaws. One was a workaholic. That was my mom. My stepfather that raised me was alcoholic. That was my dad. My siblings, they was in and out of the different organizations. Well, not organizations, different joints, different things, because they couldn't get it right. I mean, we have, we grew up on welfare. We had welfare, food stamps. We had different problems. Didn't have a lot of money. The one thing we did have, though, and I always want to let people know this, even though we didn't have a lot of money, we didn't have all the fancy things, and we went to the thrift store and all that stuff, and we did get government cheese and government money and food stamps. The one thing we did have was love. That's something I carry to this day. I'm big on family. It's love. Because all those things, even if they were stripped, I still, in my mind, I still had the world. Because I had folks that loved me, that poured into me, and that believed me, that believed in me. So I wouldn't trade that, though, and be honest.
Yeah.
That made me who I am today. And then, the military added some things on. They added some things.
So now you're a father now. How many kids you got?
4.
So you never had your biological father with you, right?
Right.
And how that impact you becoming a father?
It was a lot of unanswered questions that I would never get answered. But I want to say it did an opposite effect, because even though mine was not there, even though my stepfather was there, but he was drinking. So presently he wasn't there mentally, but he was there physically. It made me be more involved with my kids because it was things that I was missing when I was growing up. Now, I wasn't a perfect father. We ain't gonna tell that lie, but I was more involved than any of my parents that was there. They didn't come to my graduations. They didn't come to my events. They didn't come to none of those things for whatever reason. And I still love them. I'm not gonna hold it back, but I want to make sure I did the opposite of what I was getting. And giving to my kids.
Wow. What advice would you have? I got new dads tapping in. You got new dads, new fathers. What advice would you give them since you're OG?
Give grace. Give grace to those that did you wrong. Those that may not know they did you wrong. Those that may have had separate for whatever reason they may be. But also give yourself grace, because there's no manual to this fatherhood. There's no manual. There's no step-by-step. Oh, just follow these guidelines and it's going to work for you. Just give yourself grace and be present. Be as present as often as you can. And when I mean present, I don't mean just be at the events. I don't mean just be at the location. I mean literally put your phone down. Really just have conversation and really engage with your children.
I received that. Now your fatherhood, what would say father-like figure role extends, because you do like mentorship, right? Talk to me about that.
So I'm a school volunteer. So I'm one of the big companies, and I help other folks do like starting businesses or in government contract, and help them just the entry level kind of go from there to get started as well. So that's one of the things I do is mentor. Then also I like mentoring with the youth as well, because a lot of times us older folks, we'll say, I wish I knew back then what I know now. Right. Well, I'm back then for the young folks. I can give them stuff back then, those that want to receive it, because you understand, everybody don't want the help. So
what advice would you give 18-year-old Deon, knowing what you know now?
18-year-old Deon. Try everything. Don't be restricted to your neighborhood. Don't be restricted to your friends circle. Don't be restricted to the things everybody else say. Just try everything. See what works for you. See what you like. Because you try more things, eventually you'll find out what you really like. And I was more comfortable because I was like, oh, this what my family did. This what my friends did. I'm gonna stay close. Before the military, I never really went nowhere. I think the furthest we left from DC was to go to South Carolina for my aunts and them. Other than that, we didn't go to them. My vacations from 18 and down was Sizzlers and like Popeyes and IHOP.
Oh, yeah. we have a similar story, brother. Huh. Interesting. Now, so you wear many hats: father, military dude, husband. How long you been married?
Come next year, be 13 years.
13. Heavy in the paint. What advice you got for new dads? Not new dads, new dudes that just actually I'm headed to a wedding next week. So give me some advice so I can give him next week. New grooms.
And this I'm learning because I've been on this journey twice, so I'm learning. Um, when you come to a lot of times when we become one, we take a lot of our energy and we focus on each other.
Mm.
If each one of us take our time and focus on ourselves, we would come to the unity more prepared. Because when I spend all my time to satisfy my significant other and vice versa, then a lot of times we lose ourselves in that translation. So if we focus on ourselves and have I don't want to use the word, but this is what people go understand, but I want it to become normalized. If we have more uncomfortable conversations, which I want to change it to necessary conversations, I feel more relationships will evolve and they will transform and they will elevate more versus not wanting. I don't want to say this because I want to hurt your feelings. I don't want to say this because you don't want to hurt my feelings. Now nobody says nothing, but we're holding on to it. So if we focus on on ourselves and have those conversations, necessary conversations, I feel relationships will be a lot stronger. And finance, talk about finances, please. Talk about everything, everything.
And that money talk is a big one.
It is.
Hey, Deon, this is, super random. You do, was it do therapy? You go to therapy? You got a therapist?
Oh, whew. I got therapists, psychiatrists. I'm in a veterans group therapy right now. Yeah, I definitely like therapy. I like because you need an outlet. The thing is, and I know a lot of folks, especially a lot of men, we chase wealth. You know, we want to find that financial peace. Wealth is great to attain; it's amazing. However, if we don't focus on our health, then money is in vain. Because if you sick or you're not properly leveled, whatever that level looks like for yourself, then the money doesn't help you. Doesn't matter how much money you got if you're not properly aligned or leveled out or whatever words you want to use for yourself, then it's pointless.
What keeps you grounded when things get chaotic? What does Deon do? What do you go? What's your go-to?
Family.
Mm.
Family keeps me grounded. So if somebody was to like say cut me off or somebody say something crazy, instead of me reacting, just going off, I'm just like, I think about it now. Like nowadays, when people have their projections, I realize that they're going through something that I can't help them with.
There's one of my favorite books I always recommend it is The Four Agreements, and the agreements you make with you and the universe. And one of them is being in, take nothing personal. Because then I tell my kids this all the time. Someone coming for you, they dealing with something. They projecting it onto you. So don't even trip, smile, get them back, energy they don't deserve. You know what I mean? So I definitely receive that. What are you building right now? What's Deon building right now?
Right now, I am working on government contracting. So I'm bidding on different contracts. I have a few right now. I'm building on more. I have a certain number I'm looking to hit, so I can hit a certain threshold that brings home certain profits from there. And then I'm building is a legacy, trust, life insurance. My goal is to fund and prepare for the next 10 generations. So the next 250 to 300 years.
Wow. I like that. Now with the government contract, so I'm now getting into it. I got my service disabled veteran cert. I think my veteran cert or SBA. And I don't, this is like a whole new world, but I have the things. And
Okay.
we working on my SAMs, which I had, but I paid this company and they hold it hostage, and I gotta do all the things to get it back into my name. But I'm gonna have to tap in with you on that, because that government contract life, for me, that's where I want to. I just submitted one for in Texas, Hubble ISD. I think they'll be choosing their vendors the top of the year. But yeah. So now, do you help other businesses do it, or is this something that you just doing for you?
I do help other businesses. I have some things I put up on the website, and then every now and again I handle some trainings and stuff like that to help folks out. Because that's one of the things that I do as a score mentor. I help folks that are entry level to government contracting. So to make sure that they got things set up properly, just answer basic questions, make sure they're in the right direction, stuff like that, how to look for different contracts, stuff like that. So yes, that's what I do as well.
Is that NS6 Visions?
It's in there. NS6 Visions is very diverse. So we do the leadership resiliency training, but we also have the military, the government contracting, and then we also have veterans to make sure they transition from veteran services, from the military to the civilians. So we kind of well-rounded on different things we need to do. I might need to break it up later, but right now we do all that.
Yeah. So two things. I'm dropping my men's mentorship group program next year. And I was reading your bio and all the things you're doing, the great work. And I was like, I'm gonna have to get Skittles. Deon in here to like facilitate one of the. I think we meet in twice a month, and I could bring you into like some of these nuggets that you're doing under this umbrella, especially when you talk about Talk to me about your master resiliency cert. What's that mean?
That was thank you to Uncle Sam, to the Army, the University of Pennsylvania, and also one of the facilities in Fort Jackson. So basically what they do is help teach resiliencies through the soldiers and the officers in the military, because they deal with a lot of different pressures and different things. And so it's not only helping folks figure out things while they're at the military, but also help them to focus on their civilian life as well, to be able to hunt the good stuff, different things when they're going through different trying times, to understand, as you said earlier, about projections. Because a lot of most of the things we do, well, not mostly, 100% of things we do are in our head. So before we actually act, we have to process that. And a lot of times, a lot of us don't process what we're actually going through at that moment. So we react. So with master resiliency, it teaches you to actually process, think about it, come up with a plan of action before you act. That way you don't do something permanently over something that was actually temporary, and you don't mess up in the long term.
That boy talking that talk. I got my books on resiliency, but I like to hear you talk that talk, my G. Huh? Listen, man, I'm trying to think what direction I want to go in. So actually, let's talk about this. Oh yeah. So after 25 years of service, countless high pressure moments, how do you personally define resilience? This was a good segue, master resilience trainer. How do you personally define resilience, and how has that definition evolved from the battlefield to the boardrooms?
Well, a snapshot of resilience, have you ever seen a tennis ball? So no matter how much pressure you got going on, you throw that tennis ball, it's going to bounce back. No matter what it's going to go through, it's going to constantly bounce back, because you're going to come through adversity. So it's not about you going through adversity, going through hard times. It's how can you bounce back, and how soon can you bounce back from it? And a lot of times when a lot of folks get too much pressure, they collapse. So when I think about pressure and then think about how I grew up, I really feel like, I'm not going to say I can't be broken, but I feel like it ain't nothing I can't bounce back from. No matter if I'm in Iraq with mortars, or if I'm dealing with, all 4 babies crying when they was younger, or if I'm just dealing with some financial hardships, there's not nothing you can't bounce back from if you're using the right tools and processing that in your mind. What was the second half of that question? I want to make sure I answer the second half.
No, I was saying, how has that definition evolved from, say, the battlefield to boardrooms and other rooms you're in now?
Now, especially when I hit the high schools, I really want the youth, especially I want them to take that time to process. That's my main thing now, is getting folks to take that time to process. Even if you take 5 to 10 seconds before you react, 90% of people would change their actions. And that would keep a lot of folks out of trouble. Just taking that 10 seconds to think about, is this life or death? Is this gonna make me some money? Is this
Mm.
gonna change my family dynamics? Is this gonna provide some food in my stomach?
Mm.
What is this gonna do for me? Because we know what it can't, we know what it won't do for you, but ask yourself, what will it do for you? And just that 10 seconds can change your whole life. And you can understand that them, like you said earlier, they're projecting.
Mm. You know what I just thought of? I remember back in the day, and I used to do this when I was young. I ain't had the words to explain what it was, like you so eloquently did. But like, say I'm at the club, got on my fresh Air Force Ones. Buddy step on my feet, right? It's a Friday night. Few things can happen. I process this in real time. As most do, I'm go upside their head or push them and it starts altercation. If you fast forward, what can happen going down this track? I'm gonna get thrown out of the club, probably arrested. Then I'm gonna go to central booking. I'm there till Monday because the judge ain't gonna see me. Now I gotta pay a fine. Or my bad, my G, you good? All right, and keep it moving my night. And if we did that, like the pause, the process, and forecast, where could this go? I don't like that outcome, and go the other way. Like that could change a lot for people. That small pause to process, powerful.
That pause is your GPS. Because how you can look at your GPS and you can look ahead on your routes, that pause is the same thing. Because you can pause, like you said, and process those, and it only takes seconds. Just like the seconds it takes for you to react in a negative way, it takes you to react in a positive way. It's just a choice that you make, as you said earlier. But a lot of us don't want to do it because it's an ego thing. Like you said about shoes, it's an ego. You could buy another pair of shoes. The person could have tripped. They might not have stepped on purpose. Somebody else could have pushed them. We don't know. There's so many factors that we don't even want to consider because it's just an ego and we want to react and not process and think and pause. That tactical pause that we used to say in the military would save your life.
Tactical pause. I like that. Hey, there's one thing I learned from my G, and I do this in conversation in real time. Like, people be talking crazy all the time. And instead of me just, reacting, I say, does this need to be said? Does this need to be said now? Does it need to be said by me? And I got that internal filtration process, and I'm like, and I'm all set. And I might just say, that part go, and then that pause is my pause for processing, which is crazy that, you gave me these words. And Corey Stokes talked about this yesterday because we was talking about, like, I'm an action, massive action. I'm a just go risk taker. And Corey was like, I pause to process to ensure I'm going to win. And I was like, but what if you still don't win? But I was still intrigued by how he articulated his process, right? But yeah. Hold on. Shouts out to my man King Sam. What up? Yeah, text me this weekend, man. We link. I got IG going here too, Deon. Man. Oh man, what? Oh, it's 8:45 already. What? we ain't even start cooking. Hold on. Man, I got. Let me see. Let's talk about vulnerability. Yeah. All right. So courage and vulnerability often walk hand in hand. What's a moment in your life when choosing vulnerability felt like the hardest yet most courageous decision you ever made?
Vulnerability. My daughter. My daughter asked me one day, because I had some situations where in my past, my kids come from one location to another, and things I told you sometimes in the military, things was tight financially, and my daughter asked me one day, it's like, when they come in, when my sons come up here and visit, she's like, because one time we was going through some financial hardships for a while, and so when they not here, we were struggling. Like when my boys wasn't here, we were struggling at the moment. And then when they come, I go and I buy all this stuff. My daughter asked me one day, she's like, why when they come, you get all this stuff, but then when they gone, you ain't getting it? I broke down. I was vulnerable because I didn't realize what I was doing. I was just like, but you got this little I mean, I think at the time she probably like 7, 8, maybe.
Mm.
Maybe. And you know how we grew up back in the day, you know, if you said something like to your parents, they'd be like, shut up, don't say nothing. But I had to sit there and process that what I was doing, how it was hurting to hear, when I thought I was actually doing something right. And I had to tell her, I was like, you know what, you're right. And from that point, I had to stop. I had to let my sons and them know. I said, look, I give, you know, your mom and them X amount of money, blah, blah, blah. All this extra stuff I can't do. I got to keep it simple. And, you know, that vulnerability for me to sit there and sit in that for my daughter, it wasn't easy, but it was necessary.
Brother, I got one of them too. My daughter 9 now, and that joker, do they keep you honest, buddy? She baby daddy, but you said blah 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 blah. But you, I'm like, baby, you right. You I gotta sit in it. You right. I gotta change some things up.
And that right there though, I don't think enough of us do that. I don't feel enough of us sit in that in that moment. And I say that because, you know, as I'm gonna speak for myself, because I can't speak for all men. Most of the time in my life, I compartmentalize everything. I don't really deal with it. As a man, I'm like, hey, okay, this is a man. I just got to deal with it. I'm gonna keep it moving. But if you sit into something, and I mean really sit and understand why you doing X, Y, Z, most of the times you won't repeat it again.
Man. Actually, I want to go in a different direction, but I want to hang out here. When you look at your journey from military to advocacy for youth resilience, what do you hope those you've led, taught, or spoken to carry forward long after Deon's gone?
I mean, it's gonna be cliche, but I just pray that they just continue to carry it forward, carry the torch forward, and imparting that wisdom to other folks. And the thing I want folks to understand is, just because you impart information and wisdom to somebody doesn't mean they're gonna execute it. But if you impart into people, you did your part.
Yes.
I noticed a lot of times people like, I told you this, and I'm guilty. When I was younger, I told you this, but I told you this 10 years ago. It don't matter. Long as that person gets it, don't matter where they get it from, it's okay. So that's it. Just continue putting forward and pour into other folks.
You know, I used to pour into some dudes like, you just want it for them so bad, but it don't matter. Deon, it don't matter how much you pour in the jokers. They got to be ready to receive it. You know what I'm saying? And you may be the person, and I used to think I was wasting my time, but I was planting the seed. You may be the person to introduce the idea or concept, but they may not be ready to get active on it, to execute, like you said. And it's one thing to have knowledge, and the other to like implement. You know what I mean? So I think the you and I's of the world, we use our platform to spread positivity, and then you just hope that, you know, it sinks in, and then one day it'll click, and you get an email or a letter saying, yo, this thing you told me 5 years ago, blah, blah, blah. Or you might not, you know. But speaking of stages, so Deon, you're a speaker, yeah?
Yes.
What you be talking about, man? I know you could talk.
I don't call myself a motivational speaker. I call myself more of an inspirational speaker, because when I speak, I want the wheels to turn. I don't want you to be like, oh yeah, this is nice. I want you to think about where you at right now and where you want to go at next. And I want you to understand that anything that you want to do, you can do it. But you got to believe in yourself. A lot of times we look for a lot of other cheerleaders outside instead of looking at the one inside. And my biggest thing that I like to do when I talk to people, my biggest thing is the mirror. I notice a lot of times that we will look in the mirror to get our day started. We will look in the mirror to go to work. We will look in the mirror just for small things, but most of us won't look in the mirror to see who we are. So my biggest thing is I just want people to see who they are and understand that they are more powerful than words can explain.
Question for you. What moment, breakthrough or breakdown, shaped your path? What moment, breakthrough or breakdown, has shaped your path?
I'm gonna say break it down. And it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be different. But when I retired out the military, I felt like I did something wrong. I didn't have any family that retired from anywhere around me. Everybody just worked until they died. So I felt like being so young is like, what did I do wrong? You know, I felt like I did something wrong. I was like, and it was just so it was a breakdown because for a minute when I retired, I was in my head for a while until other folks poured into me and say, you did everything right. And it's like I just didn't feel it because nobody in my family did this.
One of my G's, he was the first time I saw Major, and he was just like, he retired as well, and he was like, yo, Murph. And I check in on him, like, yo, you good, my G? And he said, you know, I was in the military, you know, everybody looking for me. Everybody look top, where you at? You got this, that. And he retired. He said his phone stopped ringing. And he said he was in a place probably for like a year. He's like, I'm not important no more. And it's like, sheesh. There's things we don't think about. We be like, damn, I can't wait to get out. I don't got to shave no more. But it's all the other things that come with it that you ain't really tracking. So I definitely received that. Man, I think that's why with the work you're doing with helping with vets transition is powerful, man. Powerful. I mean, ACAP and all that. I know they call it something else now. That's great and all, but when you get out there to the really real, when issues hitting the fans, and you don't got the support system no more, you don't got that community, them camaraderie. Like you need a place to like call home where people care. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate the work that you're doing. I got a question. What has failure taught you that success couldn't?
Whew. What has failure taught me? If all you do is win, then you failed already. And I don't mean that as in like a race or something like that. But if your mind feel like everything you have to be at the top and you never experienced any failure, then when you do come down, what do you do? You know, I know for a while we had this whole participation trophy we was giving everybody. I didn't agree with that because if folks don't understand that it takes hard work to be successful, because most of us, like, we want to be successful, and reaching success is not, I'm not gonna say it's easy, but that's not the main thing of a business or anything. The main thing when you reach success is the main thing about success is to maintain it. So having so much hard lifestyle growing up and stuff like that, that made me appreciate more things as I got older. Because if I was given everything when I was younger, I wouldn't appreciate anything.
That's real. Yo, let me tell you, I tell this story all the time. I mean, my moms and I and my sister, we have, well, my mom, we ain't had no money. My mom have $100 to last 30 days. And I never complained. My mom's like, hey, we ain't got it. And I was like, all right, whatever, when we here. And now, I may go out, spend $100 if I take my daughter to get sushi. She loves her some sushi. $100 on a few rolls. But I just go back to when all we had was $100. Like I stay grounded in my story, in the journey. So I'm like, dang, I remember when, and I love, like I talk to my moms daily. If I don't call her, she put an APB out on me. And we sit there, we reminisce. I'm like, yo, remember we used to have food stamps and I used to have to rip them out the thing. I was so embarrassed. You got the line back there.
Hey, let people get in front of you every time. Hey, you
listen,
go.
I got to pull out this 50 and this 20. I was sick, but that's how we ate. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be trying to tell my kids, they'll never get it because they just live different now. But I'm so grounded in gratitude, bro. It's every little thing. I'm like, dang, yeah, I remember when we ain't have it. And then when I connect with people like you who knew me when we ain't have it, it's like, yo, not even we made it, we just kept pushing forward.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We kept pushing forward. And I mean, 577 was instrumental in, I think about Sherry Harris, Tolino, Waffle, what up? This Sergeant T. We had a spot. Wait, I don't even know if I should mention this dude's name. Listen. Hey, who called me? I talked to E-Rock the other day. E-Rock, Eric Caron Taylor. I hope he watched. I'm going to send him the link. He's a nut, bona fide nut. I was in Georgia, and I hit him like, yo, E-Rock, where you at? Drop a pin. Pulled up on him. And then he came and see me when I came back to Atlanta, and I saw Buddy Lee in Texas. He came to one of my shows, but we were talking about Mr. Smith. Yo, how he doing? He good?
Last time I talked to him, he good. He's still on his journey. He's still good. Like always.
Hey, when we get in that Zoom setup though.
I'll figure that out. I talk to him and see. I ain't talked to him in a minute. We'll see what we can do. I'd love to have a 527 Zoom. That'd be nice.
Listen, yeah, I'd like to talk to him. I got some questions.
I don't think you got the answers for him though, but we're gonna see.
Hey, I got one more question for you, man, before we close it out. I know it's Friday. IG, what up? Y'all good? Who on there? Sam, what up? Let me shout out my IG folks. Shout out to Sam. Doc, I gotta make some phone calls after this. Wisdom. Whose wisdom, Deon, has stuck with you? Well, it could be a person, a principle, a powerful teaching or quote, but it has helped guide the way for you moving forward in life. Whose wisdom?
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
My mom, the one who raised me, I'm still working on this now, so don't hold me to this. But she didn't turn away anybody, no matter what you had or what you didn't have. She was always helping, even when she didn't have it. She was always helping folks. She was always pouring into folks. She was always making a way for folks. I mean, we here in a 5-bedroom house, but here you go. Well, I don't think all of them was bedrooms. I think she made bedrooms. I'm gonna be honest. There was some places that wasn't even bedrooms. We had people sleeping on the dining room, the back porch. Like she made room for everybody, no matter what was going on. Even though she worked 14, 16 hours days, 6, 7 days a week, like she just worked. And so and the thing is, she never finished high school.
Wow.
Had multiple cars. We had the lights turned off, the water turned off, the gas turned off. We had food stamps and different things, but she worked, and she opened her doors to everybody. So she loved heavy.
Man, Deon Nally-Stoddard, y'all. Well, we could do this. Well, we need to do. Well, actually, no. Shout out to you because you introduced me to. I ain't been on in a while. Because I had to, in order to maximize my days, my meetings start at 5:30 in the morning. A lot of my team is overseas. But what's the name of Wednesdays? What is it? Is it Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday. Oh, Morning Mission. I got to tap back in with them. I was really, thank you for inviting me to that community. It was super dope. But listen, Deon, any way I could be of service, good brother. You know I'm a text message away. We gotta get on stage together, and spread some of this positivity.
Ooh, are they ready for that?
I mean, you know, ready or not, here I come.
Oh man!
Listen, I
Hey,
got
before you close out though, what's one thing that you got from me that sticks out? You know. Because before you say that though, the one thing I got from you was to live life. Because as you said, I didn't have any vices, so I was chilling. Like I was content of just going hooping and going to work and going back, and that was it. But when you came in the scene, I actually started enjoying life more. I actually started getting out more, started meeting more people. So you know, so I appreciate you for that, because that really changed me. Because a dude from the hood, I ain't trust a lot of people. I don't know where you're from. You know, I love that one line though. I'll see y'all later. We knew what that meant when you said it.
Out of there. Oh man. Well, that's a good question. See how they be doing me? First, the song Major did this to me. I'm answering the questions. Oh man. Oh, so Deon, what did I get from you? So I talk about this a lot. In life, you need the SEAL Team 6. These are 6 people you need in your life to help you go next level. You know, you have the doubter. This is the person that identifies the blind spots, because you seeing straight. I want to do this thing, and they're like, well, what about this pitfall? What about this setback? This obstacle? Then you got the instigator. They keep you fired up. You got the example. This is someone you want to be like. You want to emulate. You want to make them proud. The taskmaster, your accountability partner, the cheerleader, the person that keeps you fired up. They love everything you do. And the last thing is the connector. And Deon, you were a couple of those things for me. You were the example. I was like, this dude is buttoned up. I ain't really ready to be there, but I know what it looks like. You know, he was on time, doing the right thing, wearing the right uniform. You know, I was more loose with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, screw the regulations. You know, I ain't coming in there. You know, and I was just like, I admired that, like, quietly. You were a connector. You know, you might have been, you know, I don't know if I call it introverted, but not outgoing, but you knew everybody, you know what I'm saying? And I'm rocking with you, and you like, you need to tap with so-and-so. So for me, you were at least 2 of those things. And you continue to lead, and you just had integrity. I'm like, this dude stand up. I was, you know, scammers gonna scam. I was a little, you know, I'm straight from the hood. So it was really good and cool to watch how you moved. Because think about it, was me, E-Rock, you know, Gangsta Nip, you know, we were a bunch of bandits, you know what I'm saying? And then Deon was a level-headed dude, and I just appreciated that from you. And past that, like, you know, some people, Deon, you always there. You know, I hit you up. It could be 5 years, 7 years. I'm like, oh, homie, I'm thinking about doing this thing, and we just pick up where we left off, and we're thought partners for each other. So it's not a parasitic relationship, you know. It's that based on mutualism. I'm like, yeah, how can I help you? You know, I needed a therapist, and you gave me Mr. Gethers from Pittsburgh, which I've been tapping in with him, man. We did a pilot to cut the stigma. He was on the show, so, and that's from you, the connector. So he's still connecting. You know what I mean? And I just appreciate you, man. You a stand-up dude. You never wavered, never switched up. So from where I stand and where you sit, I double salute. Let's keep building and growing. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. And I love you. I love everything you do. Love you. Love the family. And I just appreciate you.
Likewise, brother. I got to get the pit. So I'm scheduled to be at the draft in 2026 in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
I'm scheduled. I don't have no logistics, but my man said, I need you here. That's all right. I'm still waiting for the logistics, but soon as I lock that in, because I'll probably be up there for 3 or 4 days. Okay. So one of them days, we're going to have Deon written all over it, and we're going to go rock out.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right.
Yo, any final words, Deon? Give us some inspiration on your way out.
Hey, you are in charge of your destiny. You don't need validations from anybody. You don't need to look no further but than yourself. Once you believe in yourself, nobody will ever stop you. You don't have to compete against nobody but yourself. You are enough. You are love. You are everything that you need to be.
Man. And end scene. Oh man, I mean, I keep calling him his nickname. He gonna start throwing nicknames out. So let me kid Deon. I appreciate you, my G. Double salute. Let's get it. Hey, I'm gonna hit you up. All right, I'm gonna talk to IG and close out here.
I appreciate you.
All right, boy. Double salute. Let me send Deon to the green room. All right. Woo! Listen. Oh man, good people. That was good. Oh, I hope y'all got a lot out of that. That dude is loaded with wisdom, loaded with energy. Stay fired up, man. I love that dude, man. Deon Nally-Stoddard. Woo! Outstanding. Well, I mean, all good things do what, y'all? Come to an end. Deon, I used to always tell people, yo, be right back. You already know what that means. Let me tell you, be right. That's in the hood, because let me tell you how that started. In the hood, it'd be like 20 dudes on the stoop, and I gotta dap everybody up. All right, son. All right, my G. All right, FOH. I was over that. I'd be like, hey, fellas, hey, be right back. Out of there. You know what I'm saying? Out of there. And I love them. You know what I'm saying? They already knew what it was. All right, man. Let me see. Anything? It's Friday. Yeah, that's all I got. Let's go to the show notes. That's a wrap, good people. Listen, if this spoke to your spirit, share it forward. Remember, somebody out there needs that reminder today. Take a moment to reflect on that 3, 2, 1 with Murph. And remember, one bold step forward beats standing still. All right? Let's stay connected. Let's keep building. Follow me. Hold on, I got to get you out of the joint. You know what I mean? I'll be putting my thing up here. I'll be saying it, but I need y'all to see that. Hold on, did I do it here? Hold on. I might have deleted it. Ticker. Oh, here we go. Bang. There we go. All right. Follow me for that mindset motivation, them gems on Mr. MISTER motivation. The O's are zeros for what? Zero excuses, y'all. That's on IG. That's on TikTok. And if you want that soundtrack for your growth and for you going next level, you want that motivation music, you need to tap into Mr. MISTER motivation music. Huh? Mr. Motivation World. That's on TikTok, TikTizzle. And do remember, grab your copy today. Unbreakable Valor, Triumph Through the Soul of Resilience. You see that TikTok. Do you have your copy? You can go right to my website. I got autographed. Oh, I didn't even tell you. Hold on. Did I show y'all? I got the new, I'm taking the name off of this, the Resilience Kit. So when you order a book from me, you get the Resilience Kit. TikTok, IG. I keep saying TikTok. I'll be on TikTok a lot. This is the book box. Oh, fresh off the press. Shouts out to my Jolie. What up? Shouts out to my homie. You know, we got production companies going. So that's what we shipping out, but that's only if you order through my website for the autographed copy. Okay, you can get a journal too, and you can get the book. I don't got the journal close, but it's here. What else we got? Coming 2026. I alluded to this, hoping that I can enlist my master resilience guru, Deon Nally-Stoddard. Coming 2026, Mr. Motivation Men's Mentoring Group. Oh, we doing it for the fellas. Fellas, are you stuck? Are you stalling? Are you starting over? Well, guess what? We're going to build clarity. We're going to build confidence. And we're going to build consistency using the 5M formula: mindset, motivation, money management, and yes, you know it, massive movement. We're going to do that. We're going to use that 5M formula to break cycles, to build wealth, and to lead with resilience. And remember, like Deon said, it's not about chasing money, right? It's about chasing purpose, right? That your gift's going to make room for you, right? We're going to build wealth. That comes with the territory. People always want money. Why I ain't got no money? Well, money attracts to you. So become attractive. Hello? Become attractive. Now, fellas, if that's you or someone you know, if that's you or someone you know, you can tap the link in the bio. There should be a form there. If not, you can email hello@mistermotivation.com to join the early interest list. Let's build and grow together. Don't forget to subscribe to the Breakthrough Bunker Substack. Hold on, I think I got that up here too. Where my Substack join at? Hold on. Do I got that up here? Oh, we took it down. Oh, yeah, here we go. Bang. Subscribe to the Substack for that weekly dose of insight and inspiration. It goes out every Wednesday right before the Breakthrough Bunker. So, it's connected. But yeah, until next time, let's keep building. Let's keep believing. You already know what it is, man. You know my famous quote, well, my favorite quote, not famous. Nothing changes if nothing changes. And on that note, double salute.
Put it on my hood grown, NY, Brownsville, Bed-Stuy. I done came from the lowest low, still walk with my head high. All my life, I've been through it. Made it out, and I'm getting to it. Can't tell me I didn't do it. No passing L's, we skipping clubs. No taking L's, we put it on my hood grown, NY, Brownsville, Bed-Stuy. I done came from the lowest low, still walk with my head high. All my life, I've been through it. Made it out, and I'm getting to it. Can't tell me I didn't do it. No